Sergeant David Bentz, BENTZ, the Exeter Township Police Department. Just here to remind all traveling motorists for this important holiday weekend that we have a three-tiered approach that we're looking at for all the motoring public. That we're going to be looking at booze, bombs, and belts for this enforcement period for the July 4th holiday. We want to make sure that everyone is certainly wearing their seatbelt. We certainly know that we're going to have some fireworks calls in there. We want people to use fireworks responsibly, but we don't want people to forget the basics that alcohol and impaired driving, that officers will be specifically targeting those behaviors also. So we want people to know that while this is a huge holiday travel weekend, we are going to be out and about and trying to keep motorists safe. We want you to travel as early as you can if you can. If you can avoid traveling at night when those dangerous activities are happening, that's great. Certainly we want to encourage people that have been drinking to use a rideshare program, and as always, we want to remind all motorists that driving impaired is dangerous, whether that be with alcohol or drugs, even prescription drugs. We want you to remember to stay out from behind the wheel if you're using those things, those substances. We have police officers out looking for that, and we'll be targeting those dangerous activities. So in particular, when we're targeting impaired drivers, we'll use things like speed, just weaving in their lanes. But certainly, when you're a driver, you notice those dangerous driving habits, people that can't maintain their lane, people that are maybe following too closely or following, maybe not just speeding, but traveling too slowly. So we want people to call us when that happens. You can certainly dial 911 and let us know where those drivers are. Give us a heads up. We'll have roving DUI patrols out there looking for those folks. We'll also employ checkpoints to try and get them off the road. But for this holidays travel period, our goal is simply to keep everybody safe. Sure, if you're going to be one of those folks that goes out to a bar or has a couple drinks at a party, remember Uber and Lyft are great ways to get home safely. Just as importantly though, if you're the host of that party, be a good host and have a plan for people to get home safely if they're going to be drinking. Collecting keys isn't just a high school and college things. We can certainly do that to be good hosts for all of our friends to make sure that people get home safely. We wouldn't want to have to live with that bad decision of supplying alcohol to someone and then them getting in a crash on their way home. Impairment begins with the first drink, so remember that. A designated driver is just that. It's that driver that doesn't drink at all. Just remind people that DUI is a totally preventable crime. Impairment begins with the first drink, and you control your own destiny with that. When someone gets arrested for DUI, they made that decision. It's 100% preventable. And just know how you're going to get home safely if you're going to go out and use alcohol responsibly, have a safe ride home.